Hey guys, welcome back. Uh, I did a segment on Steve Harvey's present wife, Marjorie, and we talked about her many different relationships and husbands. And today we're going to take a deeper look at Steve's uh, former wives. And it's so amazing about this guy. I mean, the more research you do on him, the more bad stuff, deceitfulness you find out about this character. I mean, I don't know who made him the guru of relationships because um he doesn't even know how to treat women. But we'll look and I'll and reveal how he treated his wives. Okay. Now, his first wife was Marcia, and as we looked into his relationship with Marcia, I mean, we found out that through Radar Online that he left his first wife pregnant with twins to, quote, pursue his career. They married in 1981. And although Marcia did not file for divorce until 1993, the documents show she listed the date of separation as August 1990. Um, Now, shockingly, that time frame would be 8 months before a scandal-prone Harvey firstborn son and namesake Broderick Jr. was born. And that's Steve's real name is Broderick Stephen Harvey. Now, Radar Online has produced the divorce documents, which I show here. But from the date Marcia listed, it's reasonable to surmise Steve walked out on his pregnant wife and a family that also at that point included twin daughters Brandy and Carly. Uh, in the explosive legal papers, Marcia also accused Steve, who is now worth $140 million, of stiffing her and his children, despite earning more than $1 million a year from the sitcom Me and the Boys. In the divorce papers, she claimed defendant has given the plaintiff an amount far less than is necessary to provide the bare necessities for her family. Now, in 1994, Steve was ordered to pay Marcia $5,100 a month in support payments plus her legal fees. But 14 months later, Marcia had to submit an affidavit to the court claiming she hadn't gotten one red cent from Steve. In the June 1995 documents, Marcia stated, as of this date, I have not received any payment whatsoever from defendant Wonder Love Incorporated or from the defendant Steve Harvey. The same document also asks a court to find Steve in contempt for failing to pay the support money. Now, these are his children, and he cowardly to give them one red cent. She had to go back to court. Okay, later that same year, she went back to court, and the court ruled Steve owed his by then ex-wife, Marcia, $36,000 in late support payments and raised his support payments from the $5,100 a month to the $6,600 a month. Now, the divorce papers also named Steve's second wife, Mary Shackelford. Now, I felt so sorry for Mary, which he really did her wrong. Every time she looked around, they was sending her to jail, and he took their son away from her and didn't give him any money as well. Well, she might was reaping what she sowed, because in the divorce papers, they also named Steve's second wife, Mary, and stated that the two had started living together before he was officially divorced from Marcia. Yes. A pattern Steve seemingly continued after leaving Mary and taking up with Marjorie, the third wife. So, Mary did the same thing that Marjorie has done to her. In fact, after Mary and Steve split, she accused him of bigamy, claiming he was still legally married to her when he married Marjorie in 2007. Wow. What a man. What a man. The perfect relationship guru. But Steve past is only the tip of the legal iceberg. I mean, it's just, I tell you, it's just, he puts on that smile and act like, oh, he know how to da 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 da. But the more you look at this guy, the more of a hypocrite he is. He's a fraud and a fake. Yeah. All right. Let's go back to Mary. Determined to keep his fortune, Harvey allegedly amassed a crack team of fixers when his second marriage to Mary Shackelford went sour in 2005. Now, newly unearthed legal documents that radar.com has found that he was hiding assets and his true worth during Mary's divorce process. Harvey is also accused of shamefully trying to cover his tracks by sealing the documents and slapping a gag order on Mary. It's rare anyone gets a gag order or document sealed unless they have something to hide. But at that time, Steve wasn't the household name he is today. So it does make you wonder what this motive was to get a gag order. It's believed that in Mary's divorce with Harvey, he did not fully disclose his assets, lied about the status of a yacht, an $800,000 company that he didn't include in their divorce. Now, an associate of Steve's also allegedly engaged in business deals and secret slush funds with Harvey, and originally represented Mary in the divorce before swapping sides. So Mary's actually, her attorney was working with Steve. Every time Mary would file something, he would notify Steve. He was alerting him to move money. He broke client's confidentiality agreement, it claims in the documents. So Mary is launching a lawsuit against this attorney, claiming he was always secretly working in Steve's interest while representing her. Now, her divorce decree divided the couple's assets and is far from losing everything, as Harvey described. He walked away with 14 plots of land in Texas, various companies, bank accounts, equities, trust, and 29 vehicles, including 3 Rolls Royces, 3 Range Rovers, a speedboat, and 2 Maybachs 57s. The divorce notes also said that Harvey claimed financial hardship, yet misrepresented it to the court, as he bought 5 lavish new properties with new partner and current wife, Marjorie Bridges. In the decree, Mary is promised property, but the notes made early in 2008 claims she hadn't received the required quitclaim deed to take ownership of her own house. Mr. Steve thinks he's the boss in every walk of life. He appears to be a lovable, funny man on TV, but off screen, his persona is all business and not friendly at all. A source that's close to him told Radar Online he knows what it's like to have nothing. He's very protective of his fortune and thinks the best way to do that is to destroy anyone foolish enough to cross him. Well, there you have it. That's Steve. And I believe this because I remember when Bernie Mac, was living, and he Ocean 7, I'm sorry, what was it? Ocean 11, and he did that, and they did the Ocean 12, and he had to interview to be in that following sequence. And Steve Harvey, which was supposed to be his friends, remember the comedy, and he went and interviewed for the job, which Steve and his counterparts were talking about Bernie Mac, and was talking about how he would make a better actor in the movie. Well, little did he know that they had already given Bernie Mac the job, and also told Bernie Mac about what Steve was saying about him. So Steve is a cutthroat. He's a cutthroat person, and Bernie made a joke out of it, but I know that Bernie was serious. When he revealed that to the public, and I know that since then, Bernie's wife had did a documentary. His daughter did a documentary, and she asked all the kings of comedy to come and comment on and share their experience with Bernie Mac, and everyone except Steve. She probably know, how cutthroat he was to her husband. But that's it, and you be the judge. You decide. Is Steve a happy-go-lucky guy and the perfect relationship guru, or is he a snake? Well, we'll see. And all is not fair in love and war. Huh. Just put your comments down on what you think about Steve. Like I said, the more you dig, the more lies and deceit you find on this man. All right. Eyes imparting always. Be blessed.